What is going on, YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be talking about HUMBL again, but we're going to be giving a timeline of 2021. And the reason is because after doing the video the other day, I started thinking to myself and really kind of engaging with the community. We're seeing all this stuff that has occurred or is occurring with this company. And I thought to myself, I think we need to really kind of just go back and we really need to just see the progressions that were made in 2021. It truthfully was a significant year for this company. Something I want to remind anyone who watches this video. This company started from the ground up. It started as a company that was doing tile work. I mean, jokingly, of course, construction work, I guess you could say. It was labeled as TSNP, Tesoro Enterprises, and it quickly transitioned to HUMBL, as we're going to find out in this video. They legitimately started from the ground up. There's a long way to go, and they'll tell you that. That's the thing. But what's cool is you're seeing so many people engaged throughout the community, like I've stated in so many HUMBL videos. You're seeing the due diligence. You're seeing so much work, not only from the community, but you're seeing it from the employees. You're seeing it being put out on Twitter, stock twits, their website. You're seeing all the information come together as a collaboration. You're seeing professional athletes that are using HUMBL as a platform to announce where they're going to college. I mean, that's incredible. We're seeing Olympic athletes that join up with HUMBL and are promoting them in a fashion. I mean, there's so many things that we're going to discuss, and I don't want to dive in too much in this open talking about that, but I'm hyped, guys. And I think everyone else that is watching this video will understand as we go through this why I'm so hyped and why so many people are still believers of this company, rightfully so. So if you're interested, because you should be, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before we dive in and we start talking about this tremendous, significant, impactful timeline, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button. It helps out so much, guys. It shows that you're committed and it shows that you care about the channel and everything that's coming out content-wise. Leading up to that, also smash that like button. It helps out really kind of figuring out this algorithm that YouTube has put out there, and it helps us get the content out to people who are just not aware of HUMBL. And that's one of the most important things. And that's one of the reasons why I hit record and give you guys this content. Also, hit me up in the comments section. You guys are doing phenomenal with that. I love engaging. I love talking, whether it is a positive or a negative. Some people dislike what I do, I guess. So I understand that. And I also will still engage with you. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing from a support standpoint. It means so much to me as I get back into the grind of things. And now it's time to get into the video. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, 2021, I just recall everything that HUMBL was doing. But it really took me, I guess you could say, a moment to sit down and look at everything and just take it in, breathe it in, and really understand this company had such a monster year. I mean, they truly have, from a technology standpoint to a marketing standpoint to really just kind of getting everything in line and ready to roll for 2022. We know that every time a conference call is conducted, there are outlines, there are, basically the blueprints for what is going to happen with this company. It's put out there. And, it's just incredible to see all the information that they were able to check off that list or even add to that list, whether it was an acquisition or whether it was just something that they've accomplished on the side. I mean, it's just so awesome to see. So I'm going to jump right into this. There's a lot of information. This video might go a lot longer, but I think it's worthy and it needs to be put out there. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, HUMBL announces launch of HUMBL Financial Division. Guys, that did happen in 2021. It happened in January on the 25th. The launch of the new division, HUMBL Financial. The mission of HUMBL Financial is to provide customers. And guys, as I go through this, I'm going to make sure that I provide the information. That way people who are new to this can understand what's going on. A lot of everybody who's been around and understands is going to know this, but it's a refresher. So I really want to provide this content to you guys. 25th, like I stated, the launch of the new division, HUMBL Financial. The mission of HUMBL Financial is to provide customers merchants and institutions with simple blockchain-based financial services, and partners through HUMBL platform. HUMBL Financial is joined by former CEO of Coinbook, Calvin Waite, who we are all aware of. And that's what's absolutely incredible. It took me, I was like, man, when did he join? There it is. As well as Jacob Davis as Senior VP Blockchain and Algorithm Technologies, and Jane Edmondson, CEO of EQM Indexes and Strategic Advisor. HUMBL Financial will soon offer trusted third-party, we're kicking it off, third-party financial services in areas like investments, credit card services, and lending. HUMBL Financial is focused first on digital asset trade markets, which are new global trading markets for blockchain technologies. I remember this next piece like it was yesterday, and that's what's incredible. This happened in February, ladies and gentlemen. HUMBL Financial launches Block ETX products in over 100 countries. You remember the excitement? You remember what you were feeling when that announcement came out? I remember the hype. I remember the video I put out. I remember everything that was coming together because of the 100 countries. This was huge information. People rallied behind this. So HUMBL announced on February 2nd the product launch of its block exchange traded index, the ETX lineup, in over 100 countries across North America, Latin America, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and the Caribbean. The block ETX lines were created by HUMBL Financial to give retail investors access to one click. Every time I hear one click, I think of Brian Foote because I hear him say that. Software services on the new digital asset trading markets. The block ETXs track 3 different vertical themes: index, active, and thematic strategies, allowing customers simplified portfolio exposure to new blockchain trading markets. Think about how many people just started climbing on board when that came out too. That's what was incredible. Now, this next group of things are kind of compounded. I'm not going to go into super big detail. And guys, I also want to let you know, I didn't cover absolutely everything, like additions of people who are now a part of the company. I just wanted to hit on some highlights because I don't want to make this a 40-minute video, even though it's very worthy of that. So this next piece is HUMBL completes corporate actions. This is one thing that I definitely wanted to hit on because this was really a change in kind of not only momentum, but I would say kind of the persona, really kind of the morale changed when this happened. So on February 25th, the ticker would change from TSNP to TSNPD, as we're all aware. And that, again, that's something that just feels like it happened yesterday. And then on March 26th, it officially changed to HUMBL, HMBL. So that was a huge turning point. I remember that like it was yesterday, like I stated. Now, the next piece, some of this stuff started to kind of compound. It really started to kind of go, and that's what was pretty cool. So HUMBL announces Aurora Group Ventures investment and partnership for exclusive Chile country rights. And that was a pretty big, important piece as well. We understand everything that Aurora is a part of and what they were, the investment group, and really what that led to and why that was such a key piece. HUMBL announces launch of block exchange traded index products in the United States. That was significant. We knew it was coming based on their timeline, and they pushed out a bunch of tiers, and we knew that the United States was going to be one of the first ones. So with that being said, it says on April 1st, the planned availability of block exchange traded index ETXs products to United States customers began on April 2nd. I jumped in, I joined in. I know so many people that did the same thing. There was just a mad rush. I remember tweets coming out saying, "Hey, slow down. We gotta be able to hang on with our system." There was all kinds of things going out. But that was a very exciting time for not only HUMBL, but investors and people that use the products, that use the app when the app came out. That was insane. And I just, man, those are moments you really want to go back and relive, just because when we start to move forward and we start to see where this stock is headed and we start to see where this business, this company goes, you want to come back to these types of moments and be like, hey, I remember that. And that was pretty cool. HUMBL announces $50 million equity financing agreement with Bridgenote. There was a few others of these, but I think this one was significant because of the value. So HUMBL announced on April 14th that it has closed on a $3 million bridge note from Brighton Capital Partners, LLC. In addition, HUMBL and Brighton Capital have executed an equity financing agreement in which Brighton Capital has agreed to purchase up to $50 million of HUMBL common stock. The right to cause Brighton Capital to purchase these shares is solely at HUMBL's election. I think that's just a tremendous amount of money. I think that was a huge piece. And something I wanted to add in there. Like I said, there was another couple equity financings that were involved, but I felt like this one was just a huge amount of money. Now, the next one is HUMBL announces launch of HUMBL Pay mobile application. How many of you remember that? It was on April 16th, that they launched the Pay mobile application. Man, the hype around the app being available. I remember the downloads. I remember getting involved with it and just being able to see everything, the merchants aspect, the really seeing who's involved with it in your area. There was just a lot of detail that people were just excited to jump into. And it happened on April 16th. So that is the launching of the first version of its HUMBL Pay mobile application, which will be made available after 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I remember that. The HUMBL Pay mobile app will allow customers to discover merchants as well as pay tip, rate, and review those merchants in contactless transactions. The company has also integrated ticketing into the HUMBL Pay mobile application for customers seeking to find and purchase tickets to live events, as well as click through to HUMBL financial services along with third-party credit and lending offers. I think all this is great information. And I still think that this is very pertinent to what they're still trying to accomplish as far as the ticketing aspect with all the companies we're going to be talking about that are now incorporated, the NFT aspect and everything that comes with that. So this is the ground phase. You know, if you're building a house, this is the foundation. This is the walls going up. This is what's going to hold this whole thing together. And whether the storm, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's just a major windstorm, like these are the things that are going to be able to withstand all that and push this thing forward. And I think this is just exciting information again. Now, I did hit on this because this was a huge acquisition as far as a person and a few people actually. So HUMBL announces new team hire, and this was actually on April 30th. So Javier Gonzalez became the Chief Technology Officer. As we're all aware now, Adam Wolf, Head of Blockchain Development, and Drew Foster, Senior Vice President of Operations. But obviously, there were so many more people that came on board when they made this announcement that honestly, the list was going to go forever. I want to give credit to those people, but those are just a few that I kind of headlined and wanted to really kind of talk about in this aspect. Continuing on, HUMBL announces binding term sheet to acquire Monster Creative. This was just a huge piece of information, just a big time piece of information because of everything that would come with it. As we find out, there was a huge announcement today with Monster. We'll get to that, but man, ladies and gentlemen, that was big time. So on May 7th, they entered into a binding agreement to acquire Monster Creative LLC, founded by award-winning industry veterans Doug Brandt and Kevin Childress. Monsters Creative is the leading creative advertising agency in the entertainment space. Obviously, a big reason was for the NFT aspect. The trailers that come with that. There's just so many things that came with Monster Creative. They will continue to do independent operations of its Hollywood studios while collaborating with HUMBL and creating multimedia NFTs, ticketing experiences for clients in sports, music, entertainment, fashion, gaming, and photography. We are honored to work with such highly regarded Hollywood veterans to create world-class immersive multimedia NFTs and ticketing experiences for clients and fans in the digital realm, said Brian Foote, CEO of HUMBL. I think that is all, again, very important information. This was a big-time highlighted one for me when it came to making this video. There is a few others, but this was a big one. Throughout their careers, Brandt and Childress have created marketing campaigns for many notable films such as Transformers, Spider-Man, Terminator, War for the Planet of Apes, Six Underground, keep that one in mind, Star Trek, and more, including series campaigns for streaming providers such as Amazon and Netflix, on shows such as Jack Ryan and Narcos. The purchase price for the acquisition is $7.5 million. This was something I had to kind of go back and reflect on because I didn't remember the amount. Now that it's here, I can see that. So $7.5 million in HUMBL common stock, $500,000 in cash, and $500,000 in a promissory note. So there's your information as far as how much it costs and why this was such a big deal. The next one really kind of, I guess, played off of that. So what they did is they announced the successful launch of the NFT gallery. We understand that there's some things that, with the NFT gallery that are very important too. On May 24th, announced the launch of its HUMBL non-fungible token NFT gallery, which will be available at its website, humblpay.com. It is available. The HUMBL NFT gallery will allow content creators to create NFTs and consumers to purchase them. HUMBL is a new digital assets platform that is being built to package blockchain tokenization into simple use cases for customers, such as payments, ticketing, NFTs, and financial services. The focus of HUMBL NFT Gallery will provide white glove creative services and distribution mechanisms to digital creators, artists, and entertainers in key verticals like sports, music, entertainment, fashion, gaming, and photography. The initial HUMBL NFT Gallery will be a collection of photography from celebrity photographers Andrew Small and Jared Radskin. Smalls and Radskin, who have spent the last decade of their career creating collections for both private public consumption in areas such as film, magazine, music, and visual arts. We do remember the auctions that went on, and some of the people that are a part of the community, very deep tied to the community, actually ended up winning some of those NFTs that were initially kicked off in the NFT gallery. So absolutely pretty cool stuff right there. HUMBL announces strategic collaboration with Athletes First. I think this one right here, even though it occurred in June, I think the impact of Athletes First will pay dividends in 2022. I'm going to call that right now. I personally feel that this is something that is going to start to develop when it comes with the sports and the NFTs, the tickets, and everything like that. I think HUMBL is really going to capitalize on this with Athletes First. So they announced on June 2nd it has retained Athletes First as a strategic consultant to focus on the development of new business verticals in such areas as non-fungible tokens, NFTs, digital media, and ticketing. Athletes First is leading sports agency with a multi-decade history of representing top NFL players, coaches, executives, and broadcasters. The Athletes First client roster includes hundreds of NFL players such as Aaron Rodgers, who plays for the Green Bay Packers, Tua Tagovailoa, who plays for the Miami Dolphins, Justin Herbert slinging the rock for the Los Angeles Chargers, Jalen Ramsey playing for the Los Angeles Rams, Sterling Shepard still with the New York Giants, Derwin James, again another Los Angeles Charger, Chase Claypool, who plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming out of Notre Dame, and Justin Fields, a young stud from Georgia playing for the Bears. He went to Georgia, transferred to Ohio State. I'm sorry, Ohio State fans. My apologies. Along with retired stars such as Hall of Famer Steve Young, incredible 49er John Lynch, just incredible, now a GM with the 49ers, and over 100 NFL and NCAA coaches. Athletes First will support HUMBL in delivering elite, white-glove services for a select group of A-list sports and entertainment talent, with the initial focus of creating highly curated NFT galleries along Emmy-nominated creative house Goat Farm Media. Athletes First will also provide HUMBL with introductions in the ticketing industry, marketing, promotional support, access to Athletes First digital content library. Partnering with Athletes First will open tremendous opportunities for HUMBL, both in the current and retired NFL players and other athletes and entertainers, but also across the spectrum of mobile payments, blockchain tokenization, NFTs, athletes contracts, and ticketing in sports and entertainment, said Brian Foote, HUMBL CEO. We are thrilled to work with Athletes First, creating NFTs and providing unique opportunities to their top flight roster of talent. Again, I think this is something that is just going to be so tremendous come 2022 that I really think this is where this company is going to start to really kind of take the next step. NFTs are becoming such a big time piece when it comes to your tokenization and your blockchain and everything like that. We're seeing how significant of an impact NFTs are having and the amount of money that are being pushed into those. It's incredible. The next piece is the final completion of the Tickery acquisition. Again, another major piece when it comes to NFTs and going to events. And I mean, you're talking about a full-on ticket aspect. And this was fully purchased on June 4th for a total of $20 million. That was a mix of debt and common stock. Again, a total of $20 million. They did finally announce the full completion acquisition of Monster, and that was done on July 6th. So that officially became official. HUMBL CEO retires over $100 million worth of shares. Guys, we have a special one. A CEO who is committed to not only the people who are invested, he's committed to the company. He has a vision. He wants to get this thing rolling in the right way, do it the right way, and do it good for the investors and people who are just connected to HUMBL. I think that's important, and you want a CEO like that. You want one that's very, I wouldn't say necessarily fully transparent, but you want one that tells the truth and is excited about what he's doing. I think we got one here. So, announced on July 7th, CEO Brian Foote has agreed to retire 9,350 shares of Series B preferred stock that he owns, which is equivalent to 93,500,000 shares of common stock. Now, the next one was huge for the Olympics. I remember this day. I seriously remember this day because of how big Gabby Thompson was. Excuse me, Gabby Thomas. Sorry. She announces the partnership with Gabby Thomas. She obviously attended the University of Harvard. She has an incredible background when it comes to, what she majored in. I think it was biological sciences. She's actually going to get a master's degree from the University of Texas. She's doing some special things, ladies and gentlemen. Not only was she an Olympic athlete, but she's an Olympian when it comes to the classroom as well. Gabby Thomas joins up on July 8th. Huge acquisition there. HUMBL Tickets announced syndication partnership with Ticket Evolution. This one kind of caught me off guard. I don't remember this one, but it makes sense. So HUMBL announced on August 27th, it had entered into a corporate ticket solutions agreement with Ticket Evolution to provide fans with lower cost premium seating experiences across verticals such as pro sports, college sports, boxing, horse racing, music, concerts, theaters, festivals, and other events in the HUMBL Tickets platform. So it makes sense why they did that and then what they're trying to accomplish. The two companies will partner together to work on syndicated API technology integration, content marketing, and ticketing sales, along with robust inventory and dedicated customer support. This probably ties in well with Tickery and what they're trying to accomplish. Brian Foote had to say, "We appreciate the opportunity to work with the proven B2B market leader like Ticket Evolution. Their customized programs integrate perfectly with HUMBL Tickets and our desire to provide authenticated ticket inventory, lower cost, and high-quality customer service, and secondary ticketing market that needs technological distribution." So, huge piece right there. HUMBL announces launch of HUMBL Tickets platform. So that officially went live on September 16th. The launch of HUMBL Tickets platform to provide consumers with direct access to lower cost premium seating options across verticals such as pro sports, college sports, concerts, theater, festivals, and more. So there is the official launch of that. Incredible. We're seeing it all develop, ladies and gentlemen. That's the biggest thing. We're seeing it develop. HUMBL and Blocks announces the strategic collaboration on blockchain initiatives. Now, this one absolutely just erupted. This was a huge announcement from HUMBL, a consumer blockchain company working to simplify use cases across verticals like payments, ticketing, and NFTs. Today announced their collaboration with decentralized blockchain project called Blocks. Blocks is one of the world's first Wyoming DAO LLCs created to provide a US-based decentralized blockchain network that will use a combination of blocks, bridges, and sidechains to improve the use of blockchain by consumers, corporations, and governments. The Blocks and HUMBL teams have already begun experimenting with the use of bridges and sidechains to reduce gas fees. Again, something I hit on in my last video. How many people have dealt with the whole entire gas fee aspect? Whether it's reducing it or there isn't one at all, there's something that HUMBL is trying to accomplish, and that's really kind of reduce that gas fee. And I think that's super important. On NFTs by up to 98%, improve NFT metadata storage across modulates like music and video, and create an improved verified by Blocks registry to help customers authenticate, track, and verify their NFT holdings globally. HUMBL announced launch of updated HUMBL Pay mobile wallet application on November 8th. This was these are, to me, towards the end of the year, yes, all the acquisitions and everything like that were very, very important. Don't get me wrong. But these are the fine tuning of the product itself. This is we're getting it rolling. We're getting it perfected. We're getting it the way we anticipate it getting. And we're going to roll this thing, kick this thing out. And this is going to be a domination of products. And I think we're seeing that as we get going here. So HUMBL announced the launch of its updated HUMBL Pay mobile wallet application on November 8th. Customers will be able to buy crypto, earn interest, use and send stablecoins, and exchange up to 20 digital assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, the stablecoin. HUMBL customers will also enjoy gasless peer-to-peer transactions when sending digital assets between HUMBL wallet products inside the HUMBL ecosystem. And it's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Here is another one. Initially George Sharp stepped away from the company, whether he was let go or whatever it may be. George Sharp returns to HUMBL. And we're starting to see that play out now. Obviously, I'm going to dive in and talk about it, but we understand George Sharp was added because of his experience in the OTC market. We understand everything that he's involved with when it comes to, finding the corrupt and just kind of the bad OTCs, the ones that are doing terrible things. So he's added back on November 19th, retained consulting services of George Sharp as capital markets advisor. Mr. Sharp will shepherd HUMBL through an imminent application with the OTC markets for advancement to the OTCQB tier and then towards the application to the NASDAQ stock market. Says it right there, ladies and gentlemen. They have a plan for that. That's their goal. And we're seeing that transact now when if you go to the OTC market, the site, you're seeing that they're paying current. You're seeing everything being put in place for them to take that next step in the OTCQB. It's all right there. You can visually see that. So absolutely incredible stuff. We understand why he's added. I think for me is the fact that they said their goal is to get towards the NASDAQ, and that's huge. HUMBL announces, obviously, the pay-to-pay, the launch of the Pay mobile wallet with peer-to-peer functionalities. That's a big one, and that ties in with the ACH integration that came a little bit later. So this happened on November 23rd. The ACH integration obviously followed the December 20th. But this first one, and it was announced on the November 23rd, the newest release of HUMBL Pay mobile wallet, including the latest upgrades to its peer-to-peer functionalities and additional features that simplify the management of digital assets and blockchain functionality. Under this release, which is now available on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, HUMBL Pay users can buy digital assets via major credit cards inside HUMBL Pay mobile wallet, send digital assets such as BTC, ETH, and USDC between HUMBL mobile wallets, perform gasless digital asset transactions between HUMBL and mobile wallets, earn as much as 7% interest on various digital assets. Now, obviously, a lot of that is the same that was said for the launch of the ACH integration. Now users are able to attach their U.S. bank accounts. That's the biggest thing with the ACH integration. People can now attach their bank accounts, and that was something that just absolutely exploded on December 20th. So many people were talking about, hey, I added my bank account. What am I seeing? What are you guys seeing? That was incredible to see how many people were taking screenshots on Twitter saying, look what I did. Now, the final thing happened today. Monster Creative, a HUMBL company, wins awards in the action, adventure, and documentary genres at the Clio Awards. Again, winning awards, a part of HUMBL. Just incredible information, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes, this is a long video. I understand it had to kind of be a little bit longer than most of my videos. And the reason is because there was so much information to really cover. There was so much good, positive, and really kind of a direction in the development of this company. We saw it all right there. And there was so much more that I just didn't touch on either. Those are kind of the highlights that I picked out. That's why I asked you guys what you wanted to see. Obviously, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Hopefully, you guys made it this far in the video. 28 minutes in. Man, that's incredible. And there was so much more, like I stated. I always appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate you guys engaging in the comment section, talking to me on Twitter. It means so much. And really, that's what makes me a better presenter and really kind of give you guys and convey the messages to new people who have not understood or even seen what HUMBL is. And that's the whole point of this. So I do appreciate all the support, appreciate all the help. It means a lot. I always appreciate you guys checking out the Beat of KC. And as always, have a good day.